Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Nick. I hope your week's going well. On Tuesday, we got to hear from Corinne about making decisions, and she gave us some great sound advice and tips of what to do when making decisions. She suggested that sometimes the heart will mislead you, and emotions and stuff like that can get in the way. And she gave the great advice of really, when you come to a decision, just praying about it and meditating on it, and just really seeking God's will in it. And that's some fantastic advice. She also mentioned that we're going through this study right here. It's called Experiencing God. And she suggested that if you don't have a copy, that you pick one up and you can join us as we're going through it over the next couple weeks. So I want to further that and also suggest that you do that. It's been a great little study so far. We're only a few weeks in, so it's not too late to catch up. I'm enjoying it. It's got some great stuff in there. It's not too long or lengthy. It's just a little bit every day. It's very easy to handle. So strongly suggest that. But she spoke about decisions, and I want to talk about that a little bit more because it's just decisions are all around us, right? So we're faced with decisions, gosh, every hour of every day of every week, every year, we're faced with decisions, right? Some are big, some are small. Some feel big but really are small, and some are small that were actually really big. So there's all types of decisions, and what we want to do is kind of train ourselves, if you will, to whenever we're faced with a decision, whether it's big or small, to kind of just run it through a couple of lenses, if you will, to check and see if it's the right decision. So again, Corinne suggested and gave us the advice of praying and meditating on it. And I'm going to give us the suggestion of when you're making a decision, take yourself out of it and replace yourself with God. Now this is hard because when we make a decision, when I make a decision, it's about me. Right? It affects my life. It's my decision. It's, do I want to take this promotion? Do I want to move? Do I want to take this job? Do I want to date this person? Do I want to marry this person? Do I want to invest in this? Do I want to spend my money on that? It's me. All these decisions are based around me, right? And it's so easy to get caught up in that we forget that ultimately it's God's decision, right? So now here is the challenge. If we can meet these decisions head on and know from the get-go that it's God's decision overall, it's God's will overall, that makes our decision way easier. It relieves the pressure off of you to sometimes we get so caught up in a decision that we just focus and we think and we focus and we, stress out about it, and all of a sudden it's this big, huge thing, but in reality, God's already got it handled. So we're stressing out about nothing. Now, I'm not saying that it's easy all the time. Sometimes it's gonna really challenge you, and it's really gonna challenge your faith, and it's gonna be a tough one, and maybe you won't know if it was the right decision for years to come. But if you can get into the habit of doing what Corinne said and meditating and praying and really focusing on it, and then taking yourself out of it completely and seeking God's will in it, gosh, you're gonna most likely be making some great decisions. And I, for one, would like to be making some great decisions no matter what I do, right? Most people would agree and say they want the same thing. So overall, that's my challenge to you guys this week, is to take yourself out, and I challenge you to see what God's doing, and maybe whatever situation that you're in, take a look at God and see what he's doing around you, and maybe that might help you make a decision. I got an example for you. So in the book, Experiencing God, they gave us an example of a pastor who's pastoring a church, and there's a university nearby, a college nearby. And he really felt the need to do an outreach for them. And he tried these different outreaches, and it just never took off, right? The college campus never latched on and became a huge, part of the church. And he all of a sudden issued a challenge to the members of the church that attended the college. And he said, hey, you know what? Instead of going out and trying to start all these things which are failing, I just want you to go to college, and then keep an open mind, keep your eyes open, and just see where God's already working at. He's got to be working somewhere. We got to find where that is. So the week that happened, one of the girls that went to the church met a group of girls. There was 11 of them. And they had started a Bible study, but none of them were Christians. And they were trying to lead themselves through this, and they said, hey, you know what? Are you a Christian? We think you're a Christian. do you know of anyone that can help us? And then boom, right there was their opportunity to create multiple Bible studies within the dorms of the college rather than on campus at the college. So just that small tweak of, instead of saying, hey, how can I start this ministry? It was, hey, let's see where God's working and see if we can align ourselves to that. Okay, so that's my challenge. If you guys are faced with a decision, pray about it, meditate on it, take yourself out, put God in where you would be, and then see if you can't connect with him on that. I hope you guys are having a good one. Talk to you soon.